Hello and welcome to the Visionary Leaders Collective Community Call. My name is Erin Fugate. I'm one of the founders of this beautiful community and we welcome you here. If there's anyone new to the call, please say hello. We'd love to welcome you for your first time. We have gifts for you, an incredible website that has been stocked up with oil education, product education, business education, and of course you can find the community call there, our wonderful YouTube channel, everything you need to learn about the oils in the business. Oh, and by the way, that website is hellovisionary.life. So our call today is about convention, and then next week we're going to talk about all the wonderful ways you can gather around the oils. And then June has not been scheduled yet, so stay tuned for that. We have weekly and monthly events that we would love to invite you to. Every Monday at 4 p.m. there's a work party with Nikki Dean and Lindsay Bodo. That's a great place to come if you just work better together. On Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, we have our introduction to essential oils. This is where you bring a friend, a new person, or if you just want to kind of re-up your intro education, come there. Of course, the community call, it's every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Then first Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we have the Doterra Empowered Success Training. And third Mondays at 10 a.m., we have Oils A to Z with Ariana Harley and friends. If you want text alerts, make sure you get set up with those because you get a 30-minute reminder on your phone. It's super helpful. You just text Hello Visionary to 833-359-0069. Okay. Our upcoming teachers for the intro class, we have Lindsay Bodo on May 24th and Contessa Beth on May 31st. So we have been writing some nice copy for this, so it's easy for you to share with your community, and we hope to see you at class. We're at the end of our Spring Wellness Continuing Education series, but we do have one more event on Saturday, May 21st, and it's a panel discussion. We're going to be talking about our best tips for travel. So if you want to join us, please do. Otherwise, register and you will get the recording. We have another version of this that is on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, hosted by Mika Cruz's team. And so if you are wanting to do that as well, this is really great if you just got your doTERRA wholesale account and you're trying to learn all the things, or if you're building a doTERRA business and you want an easy way to educate your customers. So today is the day. We're gonna talk about convention and hopefully everybody has purchased their ticket. If not, you can purchase it while we're on the call. We can't wait to see you there in person. They did add virtual if virtual is what you need to do, but we are going to be super excited to hug you all. I'm going to turn it over to Aisha. Are you going to talk about the ticket options for convention?
Sure. We just want to make sure that you all know that there are some different options. Of course, we want to see you there in person. However, they have offered a premium watch party ticket, and then they also have a virtual ticket. So all of this can be found on the doTERRA website if you want to go over all of the details about them today. Obviously, if you buy them sooner than later, you're going to get the better price. The early bird pricing is from May 18th to June 30th, and a virtual ticket on your own is only $35. So such a deal. And then I have one more slide here. Oops, sorry. I just also wanted to show you that if you're going in person, that you can tour the campus. If you've not been to the doTERRA campus, you can register for a time and it's a $25 ticket, and you drive down and get a tour. And the campus is absolutely beautiful, and we'll just give you a whole another level of understanding of the corporate office of this beautiful campus that was built, is totally paid for. It's just fun to see where everything happens. And then we also have on September 15th, the recognition gala and concert. So we always love to go and celebrate all of our leaders that will be walking the gala. There is the Move for a Cause event, and that's $25, and that money goes to the Healing Hands. And then, of course, if you want to make a Healing Hands donation. So all of this is on the website, so you can go through and read more details about all of it. I just wanted to give you a quick overview, because when you purchase your gala ticket, you'll want to purchase one of these accompanying tickets at the same time. Typically, the gala sells out quickly. Typically, the campus tours sell out. So if these are events that you want to participate in, make sure and grab your ticket. Okay, I'm going to stop the share and pass it on over to you, Erin.
Okay, so we thought we would start with a couple of stories about convention. Then we're going to do a giveaway for anybody who already got their ticket, and then maybe we can answer some questions. How does that sound? So I think most of you know this, but I've been with Doterra since almost the beginning, which means I actually got to go to their pre-launch event. So before they did a convention, and this was a really cool experience for me. Luckily, my upline, my enroller, was super smart, and he invested in me, and he actually helped me get there. I think he paid for my hotel room, something like that. And it was so cool because there was only about 300 people in the room. It was at Little America in one of the conference rooms. And Dr. Hill was given the mic for over 3 hours, and he went A to Z about the oils. That was such a cool thing for me to experience I think it was in my first 30 days of being in doTERRA. Because before that, I didn't really know what oils could do, even though I had been using oils my whole life. I just still thought they just were pretty smells. I knew peppermint helped you with a stomach ache and lavender helped you with rashes. But when I got to hear from Dr. Hill and he really shared the science, I was like, whoa. And the thing that struck me the most is he talked about vetiver. I was struggling with anxiety at the time, and he really gave me the confidence to go home and bring vetiver to my doctor and use vetiver to help me with my anxious thoughts. So the confidence was just incredible. And then I didn't go back to convention until Aisha Harley called me. You want to tell your convention perspective?
Sure, I would love to tell that story. Some of you might have heard the story, but we love to revisit it. So if you're new, it's a really fun and inspiring story. And it's really the reason I am here 12 years later. Erin had introduced me to the essential oils at the yoga studio, and I used them for about a year. And all I really knew about them was what I was learning from Erin. In all transparency, I was afraid to take them under my tongue. I was very leery about doTERRA being a network marketing company, but I was also in that place in my life where I was really looking for something new. I was transitioning out of a photography career. I'd been teaching yoga for years. I also had just recently been diagnosed with Lyme disease. So I had a lot going on in my life. And I just had this epiphany that I needed to go to convention. And I went to Erin and I said, hey, and it literally was like in 2 weeks. And I said, Erin, are you going to convention? And she's like, no, I can't afford it. And I was like, wait a minute, like I can't go to this by myself. So I said, I'll loan you the money for the plane ticket. I'll just put it on my credit card. You can pay me back later because we're going together. I also went to my husband at the time, Larry, and I said, what would you think about me going to this convention in Salt Lake City? And I was actually expecting him to say, no, you shouldn't go to that. But this was a magical answer in that he said to me, you love the oils, go check it out. If it's not for you, then you'll know. But if it is, you'll know. And so Erin and I went to convention. We stayed in some cheap hotel far away from the event. There were actually
the Crystal Springs. Yeah. The Crystal Springs Inn. It had free continental breakfast. So I was like, yes.
And there were 3 of us that shared a room, and we had to walk miles to the event, and it was amazing because it was actually in the Salt Palace in the ballroom. So the whole convention, there were 3,000 people there. And I remember being so totally blown away by the owners, by Dr. Hill, by learning about the essential oils and the science. They actually served us lunch with essential oil made food, and there was a product showcase room. And it was actually the first time that I put an oil under my tongue. So the first oil that I put under my tongue, Erin and I would go to the showcase and literally just drown ourselves in all of the oils. And this is when I had my slim and sassy moment, because I had had insomnia for 3 years, and that was very stressful, being in a hotel room with 2 other people and not being able to sleep. And I was really exhausted. It was actually physically hard for me to be there. And I started taking the Slim and Sassy, and on the 3rd night, I actually started sleeping. And then as I learned about the essential oils, it like something clicked in me, and I thought, if these oils can do what they say they can do, why can't they heal me, right? And so it was really this moment where it hit home, like the power of this medicine. And then the key thing, I mean, there were so many key things, but then when we left convention, one, that's when I started my protocol for Lyme disease, which actually, of course, changed the course of my life. But the other thing that happened was my conviction, my belief in the company and the products was like just so grounded and unwaverable. Like nobody could convince me otherwise. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I just started shouting from the rooftops. And this was really the beginning of my business. I went to convention. I think I was an executive. I didn't even know what the Power of 3 bonus was. I remember sitting there with Erin going, wait a minute, can I get my Power of 3? And I realized I was one person away from my $50 bonus. And I just had all of these epiphanies when I was there. And it was when I came home, like I said, that I started shouting from the rooftops. And that's when I began to build my business. And then, of course, Erin told me she was moving to Hawaii. That's a whole nother story. So I just got thrown into the trenches. But I know without a doubt, had I not attended this event, I would not be here today. In fact, think about that. The essential wellness community, visionary leaders would not be in existence had Erin and I not gone to that convention, because where I was at, if Erin would have left to Hawaii, I probably would have just continued to be a customer. I love the oils, but I don't know that I would have started a business. So my point being is that when people go to live events, that is where belief gets instilled. That's what gives us motivation to go home and to share and to continue to like fill our cup so we can go back and invest in our communities. And also know that as your life changes with doTERRA, it's sometimes hard to wrap your head around this, but I realize my life changing at that event has literally changed probably hundreds of thousands of lives. As same as Erin and Dr. Josie and Dr. Mika and Nikki and Elisa and Florence. Like there is this ripple effect that happens as you use the oils, as you share the oils with other people, not only from the medicine, from the plant medicine, but also from the business. So that's why we want to see all of you at convention. And I know that finances are challenging for many of us right now, but think of it this way. We have time to plan. And if you think about what your overall budget is, and if you're able to start putting away a little bit of money between now and the fall, then hopefully when the fall comes around, it's not a stressful situation. And or it can also be a motivation to build your business, so that can help pay for convention. And then also convention is a write-off. It's a tax write-off because it is part of your business. So anyway, I've taken up enough time. That's some of
Well,
my—
Aisha, as you were talking, I just found a couple of pictures that I want to show everybody.
Aw.
So let's do it this way. When Aisha and I went to convention,
I didn't even wear glasses yet.
that's us. It was her neighbor Aisha, myself. I think there was one other woman, Caitlin, who's not in the picture there. One thing that we leave out in this story is I actually was a silver and I got to walk as a silver at convention. And looking back, I think it's just so silly. Oh, here it is. That I almost didn't go. Because if you get a walk at convention, and you'll see in this picture, I actually got to shake the hands of Dr. Hill and David Sterling and Greg Cook. That's me as little baby silver. It really does a lot to boost up your motivation.
Oh.
And, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just want to speak to that photo, that group photo really quick, because
yeah, exactly. Well, this is the following year. That's what I was going to say.
Yes, but what's important about this image is that I remember Erin looked at me at the end of the convention and said, "Are we coming back next year? And how many people are you bringing?" I think I said 3. Because I thought, who am I going to get to come to Salt Lake City with me? And this is how many people returned with us the following year. So that was the impact of Erin and I going and what happened the following year from a year of sharing.
So this is what convention can do for you. And when you start to think of it in that way, the cost is a plane ticket, lodging, and food. You can really cut down on lodging by sharing with friends and just making it a fun camp out. You can cut down on food by staying at the Crystal Inns and having the continental breakfast. There's lots of ways to make it affordable, and the investment has huge payoffs. So we'd like to first do a giveaway. So if you have already purchased your convention ticket, put it in the chat. I've got my ticket. I'm going, and I'm talking about live conventions. So if you're coming to Salt Lake City and we're going to hug each other, put it in the chat. I'm going to check Facebook too. We've got Nikki's got her ticket. Mika's got her ticket. Heather has her ticket. Elizabeth has her ticket. Christian has her ticket.
Megan has her ticket.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm going to look over here.
API. Virginia.
Over on Facebook. Anybody on Facebook have your ticket?
Yep, Megan.
Megan has her ticket.
Florence, not Linda.
Megan also.
Mandy, did you get your ticket? Florence. Mandy was saying she's attending virtually, but she's giving some advice there about a Southwest airline card, and the initial bonus miles are enough for any domestic ticket.
Oh, right on.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, get the bonus miles. You have to sign up in advance because it takes a couple months for the bonus miles for probably any of the cards to get into your account. So you got to do it now.
Megan also has a great trip that she's saving for convention, and I'm doing Capital app, which helps you save for things automatically. So there you go. That's a really great way to do it. When you break down the expenses into all the months, that can make a huge difference. And it's so nice to go and have it paid for and not go and create debt from it.
Those are great tricks. You can drive. Some people drive.
What do you have there, Erin, that you're giving away?
Oh, this is a shower diffuser.
What?
Nebulizer. So you put it in your shower. You can put your eucalyptus or your breathe. I see some people are like, what? So if you already bought your convention ticket, I'm going to give you all a couple of minutes. If you want to go right now and buy it, we'll give you a couple of minutes. Heather got her ticket. Aisha got her ticket. We're gonna give this away. Yeah. So Josie, while we're waiting for people to buy their ticket, tell us your convention story. What did convention do for you?
Right. So I'm talking more from a nature path point of view. So I loved the oils and the products. So that was a thing. But I was still a little, scared, reticent, sketchy about this network marketing company. And do I want to really partner up with that. I had in the past worked with one network marketing company that I really loved a product they had. And I did go once to their convention, and it was this like huge wake up call because I loved the product, but then the like owners and the company were really creepy, might I say. And it was like a wah-wah, it was like just this like, oh, I don't want to partner with this company. So that was important thing to me. And in going to convention, one, I was totally surprised by how there's enthusiasm, but I was expecting, I'm like, it's a network marketing company. The whole thing's just gonna be a loud rah-rah. That's what I call like all the wah, and it was like non-stop science and information that I was just like, typing, writing down, everyone else just was just like, and sometimes it's going over the heads of maybe some non-professional people, but the people I was with and some of the people I had brought in who were NDs, we were like, oh my God, this is amazing, loving it. And so we were so surprised. And then the falling in love really with the company. That was surprised me, and the authenticity, the integrity of the owners, and meeting them and seeing them and hearing them speak. And, I know a lot of companies will just have something like a foundation that they do that because that's what you do to look good. And, when you go and it's not really a focus, and you kind of, it's just a thing, and it's a marketing tool. And so I was worried about that with the Healing Hands Foundation, and like, are they real? What is their connection to that, a real thing? And just being blown away that, oh, right. Like, and I'm going to say it, I wasn't sure I was trusting a Mormon-based company to be going into other countries and doing service work. And so that was an issue. And to see that they left that kind of on the table, and every community they were going into, they were basically asking and saying, what do you need? They weren't coming in with an agenda. Like, here, we're going to give you this, right? They were like, okay, what does your community need, and how can we help you? And how can we work with you? And so it was just sort of these things, not just, it was these things that were just like chunk, 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 just kept being a yes. It was kind of like, well, I don't know about this. I don't know about this, and my mental list. And then it was like a yes, a yes, a yes. And so when I say that any questions you have, because there can be, you can be new, and there can be so many different things that you don't know about, but like anything that's in the back of your mind, when you go to convention, it just will give you that foundation. Just like the LLV. Convention's the LLV. Oh my God, I just came up with something of our business. It provides that personal foundation for you to connect and see the company and kind of have a knowingness. It's not just like, well, these people have said things, I think it's I think so. No, you got to know it. You have to have that knowingness in you. And the only way you get that is to come to a corporate event, and your first corporate event needs to be convention. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Yes. Okay, Virginia, can you pick a number between 1 and 10 for me, please?
Forgot to unmute. I'm sorry. You cut in and out. What was it that you said?
Would you pick a number between 1 and 10 for me?
7.
Okay, let's see who the winner is. Florence, you win the shower diffuser. Yay.
Who?
Florence.
Oh, Florence. I thought you said Lawrence.
Florence.
Yay, go Florence.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So exciting.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Virginia. Good number to choose.
Good number. I love it. So let's not leave out the people who are going virtually because we know for some of you that's the only option. I've had babies for the last 5 years, and I was so grateful that they had it virtual because one of my babies, her birthday is convention week, Emma. So I was really glad that year that I could watch convention while I was waiting for my little baby to be born. So we do honor you if you're going virtual. Let's talk about a few things to make virtual awesome, and let's do a virtual giveaway. So if you got your virtual ticket, I have these beautiful hand towels that say Doterra on them. There's 2 of them.
Nice.
They're for your kitchen. I think they say Doterra abode. And maybe this can be a part of your virtual watch party. So that's one of my recommendations, and we can get some recommendations from the rest of the leaders here. If you're not going to convention in person, make it an event, even if it's just 2 of you. So my mother-in-law, Sandra, she lives in the same town as me. And when we had some of the virtual ones, she would come over to my house because it just, when you're watching it with someone, you get to look at them and go, oh, that was so cool. You have accountability. If you're in any kind of a leadership position, like if you have customers, invite them over to your house for a watch party. And maybe you'll have these cute little towels and you can put out snacks and you can put out oils. One of the things that you heard Aisha say, which I'd like to highlight about attending convention, and if you're not going to Salt Lake City, you want to recreate some version of this at your house. One of the things about attending convention is the product showcase. Ladies, gentlemen, you get to put every single oil on your body and in your body. Okay, that's huge for some people.
Helichrysum.
Helichrysum, slather it everywhere. I actually have a little helichrysum story I'll share real quick. And please, if you got your virtual ticket, put it in the chat. You got your virtual ticket. I have suffered from hemorrhage-like menstruation for most of my life. Like, not to be TMI, but I'm talking double tampons soaked in 20 minutes. Always a frustration. I was at convention one year dealing with this, and I don't know if it was a speaker or someone who was sitting next to me, but somehow I realized helichrysum stops bleeding. What if I put a drop under my tongue and rubbed a drop over my abdomen? I had not yet really owned helichrysum because it's an expensive oil, but I'm at convention, so every single oil is at my fingertips. I went to the product showcase. I put a drop of helichrysum under my tongue. 20 minutes later, my period chilled out. So if you're at convention, go and use it. But if you're having a watch party, put out your oils so that your customers can try things they've never tried before. Because sometimes for Aisha, that was the transition. It was me saying, try Slim and Sassy for your insomnia, and her doing it and having such a profound experience. So I'd like to hear from other leaders. Yeah, Mika, tell us what you want to share about.
Yeah, I want to share about a virtual watch party idea. Even if they can't come to your house, or some can, they can still tune in like what we're doing right now. And I've done many of those virtual parties. So if they can't come over, just say, okay, just tune in on my Zoom link. Okay, so then you can have a full conversation, you're chatting, it's exciting. So do it that way too. It's been fun.
And Mika, you have a virtual ticket and a live ticket. Tell us about that. Are you doing something interesting there?
No, I don't think that was for me. I have a live ticket.
Oh, she says,
virtual tip.
I had
Sorry,
a virtual tip. Yeah.
Perfect. Great tip. And some people are asking why we're not staying at the Grand America anymore. The Grand America is not available. The Little America is not available. So we are at the Hotel Monaco, and we're still cooking up some team parties. We just need to know how many people are going. So that's another reason to get your ticket, because we are going to have team meetups for.
We're trying to get a team count, like waiting for people to be getting their tickets.
Yes.
We're working in the background to cook up some fun. Hey,
Go
I
ahead,
want to say
Nikki.
something before. Oh, Nikki, sorry, jumped in. You guys really, 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 just if it's two of you, get together if you're doing virtual. Aisha can attest to how much of an ADD monster I am, and like, or ADHD. I mean, I'm terrible actually. And if I'm not like trying to take notes, then forget it. I can't sit and be watching something by myself all day long in my house. So I always have to like get together with her and annoy her and talk to her the whole time. Hey, blah, 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 blah. You know, but that accountability as a leader, I love it. But it's like, so it's just like, please, like talk to your people. Like and it says, Mika said, even if someone's somewhere by themselves, then come in virtually in a Zoom with other people.
Okay, so I don't see anybody who's actually gotten their virtual ticket yet. Oh, Mandy. Mandy has her virtual ticket. So Mandy, you are the winner of these. Make sure you tell me your address and everything and remind me about that. Yay. All right.
I
Well,
would
I
love
know
to
Nikki, go
share
ahead.
if I could share. Yeah, I've been bursting. And I'm like, I have so many convention stories that I want to tell right now, but I'll try and channel the most relevant ones for the most people. And when I first joined Doterra, I remember my upline saying to me, "Oh, you should come to convention." And I was like, I'm not going to your convention, thinking is like this cult thing. And I'm like, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, totally against it. And then when I decided, okay, I want to do the business, I thought I should go and hear what they have to say. So at least I'm representing as best as I can. And when I decided to do the business, it was because the oils worked so good, so well, I couldn't help it. Like I had to tell other people, it felt like my responsibility, but I had a lot of shame about like, ew, now I'm in sales and what are people going to think of me? And when I went to convention, kind of like your story, I just hopped onto somebody else's, they got me a ticket, they put me in their room and I just showed up and I will be left proud, like really, really proud to be partnered and to be partnered with a company that was really setting out to do good in the world. And that I got to be a part of something so big that I never thought I would have that kind of access to have that kind of impact. And I've had so many conventions, I remember that very first one, you guys threw a party at the Red Lion. Do you remember that? And going in that room and feeling the energy of being part of this team, that changed everything. And being this little nobody that nobody knew and knew one person and walked out of that 1 hour knowing 50 people who were just welcoming me in. And so I can't talk enough about the value of convention, but I also want to talk a little bit about belief right now, because, and there's no judgment here, right? Like we all have our own relationship with money, but you can look at this as, oh, I can't afford that. Or you can look at this as, okay, how much do I need to make? How much do I need to call in? I hear from so many people, I really want to do doTERRA when I have more money. It's like people telling me I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible. You do it to make money. You do yoga to become more flexible, right? They go hand in hand, but in your heart is so blown open when you're at an event like this, that it's worth every cent. And raising that money for yourself to get there, you have, like everybody said, you have this time, but it really speaks a lot to, do you really believe in yourself? Because if you're saying, I want to go, but I don't have enough money, what you're also saying is that I don't believe that in the next 3 months, I can make money from doTERRA, right? And again, I don't say that with judgment. I say that with heart. I say that these are reality checks that I do for myself as well. When I say something, what am I really saying? So I would encourage you, can you align with this idea of being at convention? Can you see yourself? Like for me, meeting Erin and Aisha and Josie for the first time, like, and now getting to call them my friends, like that's huge, right? And so can you align with this idea of being in the room with all of us, of being with the founders and hearing from doctors and scientists straight from their mouth and being in that show place? Tap into those feelings of how it would feel to be there. And that's how you start to raise your belief. And then all the other stuff will come to you. I guarantee you, you will be amazed. People will call you and say, hey, I was thinking about doTERRA, you sell that, right? Like this is what happens when you align yourself. So again, and one final thing, I know I'm taking a lot of time, but one final thing I want to share is my own story about this year. So I have attended virtually the last few years. And while it's wonderful, I absorb, I would say at least 80 to 90% more information when I'm sitting in the arena than when I am sitting in my living room next to other people who want to talk to me, who I love so much, and we're so excited, but I miss so much when I watch it at home, and I want to absorb more. And so I've been trying to rally my team, and I thought I had a few takers. And then last night, one of my main leaders said, I'm gonna go virtual. It doesn't work for me. 4 days after convention, I'm getting on a plane to go to Australia and New Zealand for over 3 weeks with my for a family trip. This is not an easy decision for me to then take another 4 or 5 days and go to Salt Lake City, but I felt into it. And I thought, if I want to be the leader that I want to be, and I want to have that energy put into me that only being live at convention can do, then I'm just going to go all in and buy my live ticket. So I bought my live ticket, and as of right now, I'm looking for someone to share a room with. So I'm hoping I'm going to get my team, but it's okay to make hard decisions. And I hope that some of you will join us there who maybe were on the fence.
Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, and you kind of lead into, let's remember that convention is not only for business builders. Convention, they don't even do business training at convention. Convention is education about how essential oils work, and it's scientific proof. They present the research. They go over the impact we're making with our growers and our distillers. So, as you hear us talk, those of us that have built a doTERRA business, we are building a doTERRA business, avoid saying to yourself, well, convention isn't for me because I'm not building a doTERRA business. If you love these products and you're in any kind of situation like Aisha or myself or so many others were in, where you have some serious health issues and you are wondering if essential oils can help, convention can give you the education and the confidence. Just like who loved listening to Dr. Mika last week and immediately got off the call and made up those blends? Do you know why we did that? Because of her confidence. Because of her ability to say, listen, I'm a doctor and these oils work, and trust the plants. At convention, you're going to get that from the chief medical officer, who is also an infectious disease specialist. You're going to get it from chemists. You're going to get it from pediatricians. You're going to get it from dentists, from all sorts of different medical professionals that have been looking at the research, and they're just going to lay upon you their belief so that you can then go home and start to heal yourself and your family and your community. So I just wanted to remind us that it is not only for people looking to build doTERRA businesses. It's for anyone who wants to learn more about what these oils can do.
Can I
Does
say
anybody-
something?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So I just have 3 points I want to make. Is that when you go to convention, I'm talking from an energetic point of view. When you're at convention, the reason why you have belief is because you get on this vibration of financial health and physical health. Like you get into that vibration, that plane of existence. That's easy to do when there's thousands and thousands of people there. Like Esther Hicks, she talks about that plane of existence. I forgot what she called it, but
Your high flying disc.
yeah, I don't know. So it's easy. So you're not doing it alone. So you can just hop on that financial abundant vibration. I do it all the time. So you can go to convention for that, or the health vibration. That's what Aisha did. I mean, that's what I did, unbeknownst it to me. And then the next thing is I just want to thank Aisha and Aaron for having the courage to go. And because that ripple effect is so real, brings tears to my eyes of all the lives that the knowledge of the oils have saved. They have literally saved so many lives in my practice. It's not me, it's the oils. So that's because you guys had the courage to get on the plane and go. And I eventually came. And the next thing is the science is amazing. And I went to a convention being really skeptical, not about the oils, but about the company. And I really, really wanted them to match what the vibration of the oils was. But I looked and I scoured and I was up there at the science table, like, tell me about this. I wasn't very nice. And then the healing hands, the same table too. It's just like, no, what are you really up to? What's behind the scenes? And they were not just nice, but respectful, and then gave me really clear, truthful information, which is they're so integrous. And then I was just like, I am so on board. And yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to say that. Get on the energetic field. If you can't think of it in any other way, just get on that vibration of healthy body, financial health too.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Dr. Mika. So all of it, but specifically, you get to go and talk to product development, the Healing Hands department, the co-impact sourcing department. And it's so fun. Nikki and I at Leadership Retreat in Gonji, we were in the product showcase playing all the games. They usually have fun giveaways and you can see new products coming out. But if you're that type of person that wants the nitty gritty, you want the details, maybe you're still struggling with some belief, that assignment of going into the product showcase and asking all the hard questions, that's part of it too. Like being able to do that is pretty incredible. And I would encourage you to make time for it when you're there in Salt Lake City. It's as important as sitting in your session. Is there a link for hotels? So Nikki, when you register, you can go and get your hotels. If you're already registered, you would log in to the account and then you can go and get your hotels. Does anybody else have a story or a question to share? I would like to talk about staying healthy at convention, if nobody else has a going to convention story. So a couple of things to just make sure that you're as healthy as possible, also giving the current climate. It's going to be even more important. A few things that I do is I start to take On Guard Plus or GX Assist about 7 days before convention. I start to get my system on guard and ready. And of course, I'm going to stick with my healthy habits protocol and my digestive enzymes and probiotics and all those things. I start to think about upping my hydration. It's extra dry in Salt Lake City. So that Soleil water that Dana taught us in the cleanse is a great thing to be making, or just doing a pinch of Celtic salt in your water or some kind of minerals added to your water. When I'm actually at convention, I drink electrolyte enhanced water. It makes all the difference for me. You know, it's smart water, whatever they have at the store. When I don't spend that extra money to do that, I get a headache. If you don't want to spend the money to get the electrolyte enhanced water, then make sure you're putting Himalayan salt or Celtic salt into your water. Something that happens to me at convention is there's a lot of walking, and so my feet can get kind of sore. So make sure you pack comfortable walking shoes. But I learned this tip from, I think it was Amber Jane. You rub your feet with Aroma Touch in the morning before you even put your shoes on, like a proactive. So you could do Aroma Touch and Deep Blue Rub before you put your shoes on, and then put it in your backpack and carry it around with you. It can be pretty easy at convention to start letting some things go with how you eat. So just a reminder that sugar and dairy and gluten and all those things, those are inflammatory foods. They can kind of break down your immune system. So something that Aisha and I really like to do, and I know many of you do, is arrive and go to the grocery store. And your hotel usually has like a mini fridge, or you can request one if you don't have one. Some things that work really well is you can buy a whole rotisserie chicken from a lot of grocery stores, and you just have a little chicken that you can munch on. You can get yourself some green powder. I love to get like spirulina or chlorella and coconut water, and do a little green powder and coconut water to just give my body some extra support and extra love. And then sleep can be an issue there, right? Because you're excited, you're in a new place. So I just last night was reminded of the power of Serenity soft gels. Have we forgotten about Serenity soft gels because of adaptive? No, I should say no. So this is what happened to me last night. My 2-year-old got hurt. So I spent yesterday at urgent care, and I have to go to the orthopedic specialist today. So I'm a little stressed out. And then my 4-year-old woke up last night with the nightmares. So I am laying in bed at 3 a.m. wide awake with anxiety and all this stuff. And I finally went, oh, Serenity soft gels. And I went into the kitchen, took 2 Serenity soft gels, some water, and I crashed out until 6:30 a.m. Like 3 hours of solid sleep where I had just been in total insomnia. So those work. I would never go to convention without Serenity soft gels in my bag. You can also take them during the day if you have any kind of anxiety, or you don't like being around a bunch of people. Remember that Serenity soft gels just kind of chill you out and calm you down. So does anyone else have health, wellness tips for convention that you want to share?
Erin, I just want to add on the note of getting yourself some groceries is oftentimes lunch can be a big scurry of everybody running to different restaurants and long lines, and it can create a lot of stress. So in our grocery shopping, we usually like to gather items, like Erin said, like the chicken and such, and then just go sit outside in the sun and snack together. And it's so much less stressful to just have your food and have a little picnic, exactly, and gather together and not have to fill that time with running somewhere and trying to order in time and get back on time. And plus it will save you a lot of money. So yes, for all of those things.
Anybody else have?
Oh, one last tip.
Oh yeah.
There's always going to be swag at convention, right? So I like to bring my regular suitcase, and then I'll bring a carry-on, and I like to leave that carry-on mostly empty because you'll need room to take items home. And of course, if you have liquids, you're going to need to put them in your bigger suitcase, or you can ship things home from Utah as well, but make sure to leave yourself space to get everything home. That can actually be a big problem, and that stuff can add up, especially if you go to the swag store and you'll get a backpack and there's products. So leave room in your suitcase.
Yes, and so let's make sure we talk about that. You are going to want the convention kit. No matter what. Like, there was so many years where I went, I'm not buying the convention kit this year, because I was worried about my budget. And every single year I realized, oh, I need that convention kit. So budget for that now. I also have tips if it's a stretch for you financially. Usually the convention kit, how much was it last year? Like $275-ish. It's usually between 2 and 300, and it's always a really good deal. A lot of times you're getting products that nobody else can get. A lot of times you're getting huge discounts. It's always a good deal. So you want to budget for it. Like Aisha said, you want room to take it home. But if you are trying to be careful on your budget, you can break it apart and sell parts of it. So that's what I did my first couple of years at convention when I was trying to be really budget savvy, is I would get the convention kit, and then there were certain items that I was okay letting go with, and I would then sell them to somebody at home or a customer, or I would break it apart. Like some years, I think this year we get birch. Birch is one of those oils you can't buy. So you could actually break your birch bottle up into drams, give it away, or sell it to help you pay for the convention kit. But you want that convention kit no matter what, because it's also your ability to come home and share what you've learned with people and show people what's coming and all of that. Tia is saying there's a UPS store across the street from Hotel Monaco. Yeah, you can send your items back. Sometimes there's people who are driving back that'll put your items in your trunk, but that is always a little bit of a shuffle, right? How to get all the items back. Okay, so I have one final giveaway if you're ready. This giveaway is for anyone who promises to get off this call and invite someone to convention. If you already have someone in mind, put in the chat, I'm inviting someone to convention, and I am giving away a really cute Doterra rain jacket, or like a windbreaker. So you'll be all swagged up at convention with a Doterra baseball hat. It's just a little easy O, so it's a really cute baseball hat. So who's getting off and inviting to convention? Virginia says she is. Nikki says she is. I know Mika, Aisha, and Josie all are. Diane, I'm sure you are, but you're leaders, so maybe you're not entering. You can enter too. Absolutely. Let's see if there's anyone over on Facebook.
In the past.
Megan's going to invite some people. Diane
Lori.
is. Who do you see?
Lori's inviting someone.
We have a few more minutes while people. Who's that?
Lindsay.
Lindsay, great. Does anybody have any questions or concerns before we do this last giveaway and get off the call?
Mandy Garber. Can you get Mandy?
Cute. I could see one of you in this cute little outfit. So there's an O on the back. This is from a Cancun trip. It's a size large, so it would fit me. I think it also fit my husband. Oh, you would look adorable in that, Diane. Absolutely. Okay, let me see what our numbers are, and I'll have someone pick a number. Okay, Elizabeth over there. Who is getting off and inviting someone? Okay, Nikki, pick a number between 1 and 4, please.
3, the magic number.
Okay, so number 3 is you. You're gonna look so cute in that. Yay.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's so funny. Well, I have Jennifer who's on the call live, and I'm gonna give all that stuff right over to you for being here live today.
Awesome. Awesome. So everybody who won, Florence, Mandy, and Jennifer, send me your mailing address, please. You can text me at 805-252-1561 or send it on Facebook, and I will get this mailed out to you. And we can't wait to see everybody there. Yay. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day.